Sumter, welcome back. We're so excited to go through the professional way to start your business and take a look at all of this product. Oh my gosh, we're going to be going through all the ways that you're going to be able to earn these product bundles, but I want to take a quick minute and just kind of talk you through the packet that you would have received. The first page is just a little bit about my story and our website and where you can get signed in to even get some more education. On the back is all my staff that I've got working for you to make sure that everything that you want in your business is supported. It is nice to know that you've always got somebody you can reach out and be able to connect with. So this just gets you connected with everyone in our office. This sheet here that tell me about yourself, if you will, just fill this out here and then just take a snapshot of that and text that over to me, and I'll have a little gift for you, which is really fun. It helps me to help really figure out which prestige path that you're going to take and what support from me looks like. And then on this page here, the steps to success, I want to walk through this with you. And I don't know about you, but I love a checklist. So it makes it really fun just to be able to kind of mark these things off. I believe that you have already made a list of at least 30 men and women that you would love to have try the product. I've seen people go as many as 200. So don't stop at 30. Put a star by those that you think would gather up some people, and 2 stars by those that you would love to have on your team as a power partner. You're going to want to be able to make a decision on inventory options. And again, that's what these 2 videos are all about. We want to make sure that you've got all the information you need with no pressure. I think I said this on the last video, but we'll take you with a toothpick and a toothbrush. We are so excited that you're hanging out with us. Also have 3 women to go ahead and listen to that video. We talked about the pearls before. Let's be working on that this week while you're making a decision on the wow experience that you want for your customers. Go ahead and sign up for your first steps. That's also on your first month focus checklist as well. Work through your videos as those are coming in. Also, you'll want to run down to your local bank and open up 2 checking accounts with debit cards. When we go through the Mary Kay Money Management, this is really fun, so it'll show you how to work with your money. I would love for you to observe 2 beauty experiences. Preferably your team, your recruiter has got something you can watch, or your director. If not, we've got a video on it, but it's always better whenever you can be in somebody's home for sure. You'll want to attend local new consultant education. Talk to your director to find out if that's going to be local or online so that we can continue to walk you through your initial steps in your first month, okay? Now, I would also challenge you to go ahead and set up, if you haven't already, your first beauty experience, and within 10 days of you getting started. Whether or not your product is in, whether or not any of that is in, the quicker you can jump in, the better off you're going to be. And so the thing that I want to talk to you about today is just kind of some questions and concerns that I have heard in the last 31 years whenever it comes to getting your business started. Getting your business to order your starter kit to me is a very emotional decision of should I, shouldn't I? Oh my gosh, let's get this going. And it's only $100 decision, and y'all, that's all you ever have to do. The decisions that I'm going to talk to you in these next 2 videos is an option, and you can set up your business any way that you want to. But these are some options that allow you to get some free product bundles. It allows you to create a great reputation. It allows you to save time, and we're going to talk through some of those advantages. One of the things I want to start with, though, is the 3 concerns that I have heard the most of in the last 30 years. The first thing is, what the heck would I even order if I did want to carry products on hand? And if you'll remember at your first appointment, we worked with a sheet that looked like this. We call it our Create a Roll-Up, and it's why we have our own flip chart. It's why we've got a lot of our own tools. I've been using this for 25 years, obviously updating it with the hottest products. But pretty much at your first appointment, you're going to go through row number 1. And then at the second appointment, you're going to go through row number 2. And then down here are some optional skincare that you might swap out there for set number 2. But basically, this is what you're going to show. I found that it was very difficult, number 1, for consultants to learn all the products. Number 2, carrying it was a nightmare. And number 3, for me as a business coach to try to figure out what the heck to order. So when we came up with this Create a Roll-Up, it was really designed to answer this question that, what would I order? Well, here's what I know. Pretty much what you wear and what you show is what you're going to sell. It just seems to work that way. Because, you know, if you're wearing a really fun red lipstick, then all your friends want to wear that. So this is why whenever we go through the different packages, we talk through it's going to have 1 create a roll-up or 10 create a roll-ups. But what we're talking about is row number 1. And that's what helps us know what to order for you. The second question I get is, where would I keep it? Well, honestly, we want to keep it rolling. We want to keep it with you all the time. We want to keep it as mobile as possible. So like a little small suitcase, a little tackle box, and you're good to go. We'll show you some different ways to be able to pack up your product so you can take it with you. And the third one is, I've heard from people saying, I'd love to hold some appointments, and then if, you know, I may want to do one of those packages later, and you most definitely can do that, and there's some free product involved. I will tell you that the most generous and the most robust product bundles are going to be on your first order, and that's because we find that if consultants have got products on hand, they're more likely to overcome the fear and get out the door. So there is a carrot dangled by Mary Kay for that reason. I just want you to know that. Here's the question I want you to ask yourself. I'm not going to talk you in or out of carrying products on hand. You're a smart businesswoman. You can bank up your mind on the best decision for you. But here's what I want you to ask yourself. Let's say that you're a client and you go to your girlfriend, right? And you go to your girlfriend and she has got just the products in her starter kit, so she can only do a basic appointment, which is still really nice, right? Because you can still do skincare and a little bit of glamour and a little bit of CC creams. You definitely can do a dash out the door look. But let's say you wanted to try some different foundations. Maybe you wanted to try some different colors. Maybe you needed to maybe try the repair set. Maybe you needed a clear proof. Maybe you needed a different kind of skincare, but she's like, well, I don't have that in, and so you'll just have to read about that, or I can order that in, and it can come into 7 to 10 days. Well, so let me ask you this: are you likely to invest your money into products with her if you're going to wait 7 to 10 days? Statistically, in my area, I find that people will spend about $25 and wait, but they are not going to wait on a $200 set, is kind of what we find out. And so the question that you would ask yourself is that if I'm that client and I have a girlfriend that is looking for skincare, or she's going on vacation, or she's got a gift, am I going to refer her to that consultant? Probably not, because most people don't like the wait kind of experience. They want the what we call Amazon Prime experience. I love we can outpace them because we have the option to deliver on the spot. And so then the buyback guarantee, or the money back guarantee, is a whole lot easier than all of that process as well. So that is something to kind of think about. The second question is that the third question would be okay, if you know this consultant is not carrying products, are you likely to gather people around the table and be able to share that with your friends, because they're going to get that same experience? So depending on your answer there will help you determine if investing in some products is going to make a difference, okay? So you definitely can set this up any way you want to. I find that people's reputation is really built on that very first transaction of money. And if you've got products there and they can take it home, it's going to create a connection of a wow experience. And then what happens is then people are more likely to tell other people about it. They're more likely to come back. They're more likely to share with friends, because they want to pass on that experience. So that's what I want you to think about. And again, Mary Kay knows that. So that's why they dangled some free product bundles for you to be able to take advantage of, to help you be a little bit more brave. Some of the advantages of carrying products on hand, one of the things to keep in mind is I believe that inventory options are really like it's more of an investment than a liability. When I first came into Mary Kay, it was $35,000 in credit card debt. So I can remember my director talking to me about inventory, and I just about fainted. I'm like, oh my gosh, did you not just hear me? And I just got started in Mary Kay to make money. I'm buried already. And she said, Diana, why don't you, for the first time in your life, take the money from the bank, right? Do a quick line of credit, or 0% credit card, do something like that, so that you could use the bank's money to have products on hand, so that as you sold the product, you would not need to reinvest your profits to grow your products, the products on your shelf, right? You could just take a full profit right away and be able to take your profits and pay off your other debt. And so to me, that made more sense. And I was like, well, I just don't know. And I was talking to my husband about it, and he said, well, you know what? Honestly, if our financial advisor called and said, you know what, I got a stock for you, and if you buy it today, it's worth $2, and you can keep it for a year. and they'd buy it back for 90 cents on the dollar, we would all go and buy that stock, wouldn't we? And so, with Mary Kay, what I like about that is that that inventory that you would invest in, you're buying for $1, you're selling it for $2, and then there is a 90% buyback, only you're the catalyst behind that instead of the stock market. So again, two totally separate situations, but it might help you kind of put your mind at ease about, we're talking about a business investment. We are not talking about more debt, okay? And so it may take you a minute to get around that, but just kind of see if that doesn't help a little bit. Let's talk a little bit more about some of the other advantages if you do decide to carry some products on hand. Number one, we find that people do buy more if they're able to use the product right away. So that, like when you're standing in line at the store and they have all those things, oh my gosh, I knew that I needed a lighter. Oh my gosh, I know that I need that piece of gum, right? The impulse buying choices that go on with that. Those are things that you do need, you just had forgotten. Well, we're able to do that with our Mary Kay. Somebody calls and orders a lipstick, then you can say, oh my gosh, that's great. Did you need a lip liner and lip gloss to go with that? Oh my gosh, have you heard of the new lip primer? Well, all four of those things she wants and she needs, right? She just didn't think about that. And because she would be able to get all that product at one time, you can go from a $15 order up to a $50 order. And that's good for her, because then she isn't, oh shoot, I forgot that. I don't want to bother my consultant, so I'll go buy it somewhere else. So what it does is it saves your customer time and brain space, right? Because you're able to ask if there's anything else she wants to go with that. The second thing is she can remember how to use it. When I first got started with Mary Kay, I washed my face with shampoo. So the whole step thing was all new to me. I just didn't want to stink. I didn't wear any makeup. Now, obviously, I put on my makeup almost with a shovel. I love lots of makeup now, but back in the day, in fact, I earned the use of my first company car. I had 2 eyeshadows and a lip gloss. Felt like I had changed professions. And so it was like a really big deal. But so for me, I loved whenever I had purchased from my consultant, because I could remember what steps to use them in. So that is another advantage for your client. She takes it home that night. She can remember how to use it. It's also a time saver for you and for her, because if you can deliver on the spot, I don't know about y'all, but where I live here in Tennessee, if I do a beauty experience, I might have people in a 30-mile radius. If I go into somebody's work, it might be 45 minutes to an hour radius. If I have to order in the product, wait for it to come in, and then have to go around and deliver all that, I'm cutting my profits in half, and I'm also taking time out of her busy schedule to get back together with me to get the product. So it does save a lot of time. Now this is a newer one, and it's just kind of the society we live in. People are not as trusting as they used to be. So it is a little bit more challenging to get people to pay up front. I talked about that just a minute ago. I find in my area that it's about $25 to $30 that they have to wait on products, where our average per face, if somebody's able to take home product, the consultant knows how to recommend a good routine. And so there's some different players in that, but our average per face is about $100 per face. So you find that if people can take it home, they're more likely to invest more, because they may not know you and they may not trust you with their credit card. The other thing you can do is also product out on trial, and that's somebody that maybe has got sensitive skin, maybe that somebody that's just like, I just don't know if I would use it, or I just don't know if it's worth the money. Well, here, use it for a couple of days. If you like it, you can treat yourself to it. If not, give it back, and then I'll either just use it for myself or use it for demos. So I find, because it's products they want anyway, they're really more likely to be able to keep it. So it's really nice. They don't feel sold to, and I don't feel like I'm selling. I just feel like I'm creating an opportunity for them to try something they're interested in. You also have got products on hand for making baskets, especially if you like that. You can also open up a division in your business that's executive gift giving, birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, different things like that. Now, honestly, y'all, I will never teach you how to do a bow. It is not my thing, but I'll get the best bow makers to show you how to do it. So it is nice. If that's not your thing, you don't have to tell people you do that. Somebody says, do you do gifts? I'm like, mm-mm. And they said, well, my other Mary Kay person did that before she, before I moved or whatever. I'm like, you need to go back to her, which I would send her back anyway, but definitely if she wants me to tie a bow, definitely that is not my thing. So it's nice you get to set up based on your skill level for sure. The other thing, if you've got a full inventory, enough to handle about your first month of business, then you can do what's called creative financing where you put a little on this payday, a little on this payday, and then because you have the products for them to take home and you're still got some products on your shelf, you can wait for that second payment to come in. As long as it's paid within 4 weeks, then that's easy. I normally just split it up into 2 payments, you know, like on this billing cycle and that billing cycle. And people love that they can do that. The other very important reason to carry products on hand is because we are skincare experts. And I know it'll take a few minutes to kind of get comfortable with that, but honestly, after you've done a couple faces, you know more about skincare and you know where to go get the information. And if you've got full inventory on hand, you might have to change out a step. You might have to change out a moisturizer or a cleanser. Well, if you don't have products, well, it's really hard to say, okay, well, give me that back. I'm going to order one in 7 days, I'm going to swap that out. Okay, well, that doesn't work. Okay, well, give that back and I'm going to order in another one. And then what happens is you end up putting in more money and she waits so long, it's just too difficult. So if you've got products on hand, you can do all the swapping that you need to for her to be able to have a wow experience, getting the right routine for her. And then, of course, there's accountability. If you're looking at that product, you are definitely more likely to go out there and to use it. That's for sure. And so those are some of the advantages that you might think of if you're looking at investing in some products. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to have you jump over to the next video, and there I'm going to talk about Star Consultant. I'm going to talk about some ordering tips, some ordering guidelines, and some numbers. Okay, so I hope this has helped kind of get your mindset over from I'm so excited that I'm in Mary Kay. Now I'm so excited that I've got some options available. We're going to move, going to put on that business cap, and I will take you into the next step. So appreciate your time. I'll see you in a second. Bye-bye.